the Maccabi Tel Aviv team came over to play a local team in Holland. When the supporters came out, there were pro-Palestinian support. I think they were pro-Palestinian. You may know more about this than I do. Who then proceeded to chase, threatening, trying to lynch. You maybe make it more detail for our viewers. Basically, shouting things out like "Now you know how it feels." But it got to the stage where Netanyahu, is he the Prime Minister of Israel or President? Prime Minister, sent planes and medical supplies. So this is a Middle Eastern country sending planes, rescue planes, and medical supplies to a Western country to save its people.
Rescue planes like we do to Africa,
like we used to do 30, 40 years ago. That's what we used to do to the third world countries. Now we have the Middle East sending rescue planes to European countries to rescue their citizens.
Yeah. I don't know that much about this, so I need to be careful what I say. First thing I'll say is, which Israeli football fan thought it was a good decision to go to Amsterdam, to leave Israel at this moment in time? I'm shocked. Anyone thought it was a good idea.
No, I think the fans were local. They were Jewish supporters who lived in Amsterdam.
Well, the planes wouldn't have come over then.
Oh, is that why? Oh, they were taking them. Oh, sorry, right, okay, sorry. I thought they were just going over to give aid, the planes.
No.
Oh, right, to bring them back.
These are Israeli football fans.
Right, okay, fine.
So why?
And Israeli football team.
Yes. So I'm not saying Israeli football fans shouldn't come to Europe. I'm just saying if I was an Israeli football fan at this moment in time, I would not be going to. There's been a place I wouldn't be going to announce and support something to do with Israel, because I'd be looking at it going, this is going to be dangerous. Now,
can I just say something now, and I don't wish to be rude in any way. You have no understanding of football at all. I've said that to you before.
You're right.
Because football fans from any country, any situation, will travel to see their team, basically. Yeah. So it is almost like a religious experience. So football fans will move through heaven and earth to get to a match. So
I get that.
Yeah, I think you're being a bit harsh on them.
And I think I have to caveat me saying that by saying, but it should be okay for Israeli football fans to come to Europe.
That's what I would say.
So it should be. But the fact they came surprised me anyway. There's videos online of some of the Israeli football fans, like football fans do, chanting. There's a video of them tearing down some Free Palestine flags, which was all the far left Free Palestine violent idiots needed to attack him. And then they were chased through the streets of Amsterdam. I'm not sure how many people were hurt. I've not read that much about it. But the optics were terrible. The King of Holland said they let the Jews down in 1938, whatever. They let the Jews down then. We should have done better because we've let them down again today.
Yeah.
It was absolutely appalling.
He actually said we failed, as we did in World War II.
There we go. Yeah.
I put it to you, Nick, that he has failed his people. Not just the Jews who came to that football match.
I think he failed his country.
Yeah.
And when the new Prime Minister gets into power, that
Geert Wilders. Is he going to actually become the president, is he now?
Well, he's part of the government and stuff like that. I don't think he is the president.
Yeah, I think they've kind of blocked him from getting to be, as they do.
But they all know the problem, and it's mass immigration, and it's Northern Africans are their big problem.
Somalians as well, I think, though. Yeah. I think for me, this was quite shocking. Firstly, that it wasn't reported at the top of the news, basically, but that we've reached a point in Europe now where angry crowds, chasing Jewish people because they're Jewish across the streets of a European city with the intent to hurt, to lynch, to kill them, seems to now be unremarkable to our media, to our government, to to even our people in this country.
It was easy to dismiss because it's football fans. There's often violence between football fans. Just because Manchester United go to Galatasaray and are chased down the streets and beaten up and some are stabbed, that wasn't a religious war. That was a football war. So I'm sure there was anti-Semitism involved, a lot of anti-Semitism involved in what happened in Amsterdam, but it's easy for people to dismiss it because just football hooligans on both sides.
Yeah.
But what's been going on for this last year, on top of that, we all know what the underlying current was there.
I think it wasn't other football fans chasing them. They were waiting outside the stadium. These they weren't football fans. They'd gathered with the intent of attacking them when they left.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the difference in Galatasaray, which I've been to, but I've been there. I went there when there was actually a match. I didn't go to the match, but I was there in Istanbul. The difference is that's football fans attacking football fans. This is actually a specific anti-Jewish crowd that gathered to attack them, knowing that they would be coming out and they were Jewish.
But the mainstream media can dismiss it because they just say all football fans.
Yeah. And I think you're right about the king. Yeah, he's failed his country by the fact that it's reached this point where things like this can happen.
Yeah.
Where people, where he's allowed immigration to such a level that they feel confident enough to carry out these actions.
And they know they've had this before. During when they were taken over by Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
There was many Dutch people, grassed up Jews.
Yeah, they quit then and they're quitting again.
So they've got form on this. So it's not like we didn't know. Well, no. We've got history 70 years ago of all this happening then. Who would have thought Western Europe would go back to this Jew hatred that we used to have?
Shocking.